if you can hire, like, let's use the 83 cents to a dollar.
Yeah.
Okay. If you can hire women for less than you can hire men, how come all these companies aren't just hiring women?
Because then it's gonna be looking like they're just giving the woman the job and we're just putting more women in women. And I feel like they do want I feel like you need to diversify the workforce because we do have different ideas. We do have different type of like in that sense, like your idea might be different than mine that I might not have thought of that maybe because you experienced something different than I have.
Women bring chaos, drama, and the constant threat of false accusations that can destroy a man's life without a shred of evidence. One bad day, one bruised ego, and she can scream harassment, ruin reputations, and collect settlements. Smart companies looked at that risk and decided peace and profit are worth more than diversity.
This is what happens when the only question asked in the job interview is, so, are you gay?
So today, as you all saw just an hour or so ago, President Obama announced that, pardon me, President Biden. Whoa!
Awesome. Things are going great.
Are companies unwilling to hire women? Ooh, great question. I'm at the age of getting engaged, and I've heard people say, like, don't show your ring on calls. God forbid you're pregnant or trying to get pregnant.
I hate the answer I'm going to give you because it's so sad.
Go for it.
Yes. Talking about getting engaged. Congrats.
Thanks.
It'll be like, oh, but she's going to go on a honeymoon and then she's going to get married and then she's probably going to have babies and then not be here. There is a sad reality where we're still dealing with this, where it's almost like, well, maybe take your engagement ring off before you go to an interview. I hate that those words are even coming out of my mouth. With my second pregnancy, I didn't want anyone to know. I was like, they're going to think I'm not committed. There's like this very frustrating stigma that I'm not going to be connected or committed or great at my job. And this time around, like this current pregnancy, I've like trying to show, hey, you're capable of doing more than one thing at a time. And I am trying to be proud of it and show it. And I found that like being authentic and vulnerable has actually opened up a broader, better client pool for me. And the people who don't like it are probably not the people I want to be working with anyway.
Most women cheered for Me Too, celebrated cancel culture, and weaponized feelings in the workplace. Now they're shocked that nobody wants to work next to a walking HR lawsuit. You made the environment toxic. Own it.
A team of people. Everybody who works for me right now are men. I've noticed if I hire someone and they're female, I have to be careful about how I talk to them, even giving criticism. And maybe it's me, but I feel like I have to be a little bit nicer, a little bit more gentler. Whereas with a dude, I can be like, can you just not do this again? And they're like, yeah, no problem, won't do it again. But if it's female, I'm like, okay, you did like this a little bit wrong. Here's how to do it a little bit better. Overall, you're doing a great job. Everything's fine. Please don't be upset.
Men run on logic and facts. Women run on emotions and feelings. Put them in charge, and suddenly every decision becomes a therapy session. Companies want results, not tears and group hugs.
If companies can pay women less, why don't they hire all women?
Well, that's a whole nother story.
Really?
I understand your argument, and I understand that you're angry.
I'm not angry.
I can hear it in your voice.
I'm not angry.
Your voice.
I'm hearing my voice and I sound pretty calm.
You have now shifted the quality of your voice, and I thank you for that.
Okay.
And you've just given me a condescending look, and that's another reason why we need feminism. And now I'm done. And thank you so much.
Classic female tactic: dodge the question, play victim, and put everyone else on defense. She just proved in 30 seconds exactly why all female teams are a productivity graveyard.
I was in an interview. I was going for a role that was the next step up, and I was really nervous going into it. That imposter syndrome type feeling where I didn't know if I was ready to take that position, but I was going to go in there, put myself out there and just give it a crack and do my best. And I was being interviewed by a female, and I didn't get one marketing question the entire interview. I was questioned whether I would be confident enough to stand up to a male counterpart from another company that they worked with, and whether I was able to stand up to that person and be confident enough to hold my own. I got the job, and at the time I felt like, oh, that was a bit of a weird interview, but like, hey, I got the job. I'm stoked, but then only once I educated myself and read this book, I realized how demoralizing that actually was, and how as a woman, the questions that I was getting asked, would they have really been asked if it was a male or an older male?
She got hired purely for diversity points, zero skill, and now cries discrimination when someone checks if she can actually do the job. The entitlement is off the charts.
And moving to India, where Apple supplier Foxconn is rejecting married women who want to work for its iPhone plant. The Taiwan-based manufacturer is facing massive scrutiny after it was revealed that it finds married women troublesome. Foxconn believes that after marriage, women have babies along with other family responsibilities. And apparently, that's a deal breaker for the company.
In India, companies openly refuse married women because productivity tanks after the ring. Single women are already complicated. Marriage turns them into walking liabilities. Businesses aren't charities.
All right, what up, guys? Welcome to the Just Pearly Things YouTube channel. I want to say something to the women out there. If we keep suing our bosses for damn near everything, oh, he harassed me this, he harassed me that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying there aren't cases of real harassment, but most of y'all will sue your bosses for damn near everything. Do you know what I would do if I was a boss and I kept getting sued for quote unquote harassment? I would just stop hiring women. It's too much of a risk and I can't really blame them. Yep. So honestly, guys, ladies, if we're gonna be in the workforce, fine, do it. But don't complain about not getting hired for jobs if we're gonna sue them over everything. That's my rant today. Like the video on your way out.
Real-world experience? Women in the workplace are either useless or drunk on power the second they get any authority. Both versions make everyone's life hell and kill the bottom line.
The offender donated $99. Hold it. If the wage gap did exist and women are getting paid less, why wouldn't companies just hire exclusively women, since it would be more cost effective?
Yeah, you could just...
Because they're seen as less effective. It's like, why would you if you had 2 employees, one costed a little bit more, but you think they're doing A+ work versus an employee, you can pay them less, but they're doing like C work. Who are you going to hire?
So you're saying that women do C-level work?
Yeah, I'm saying that men
they assume it.
They assume that women are doing C-level work. That's a problem.
It's just in their perception. It has nothing to do
with their results.
With the result.
And the
a lot of times, yeah.
The wage gap is a lie and always has been. Same job, same pay, posted publicly. What they really want isn't equality. They want more money for less work. Greed, not gap.
Research shows that men will apply for a job if they're 60% qualified, maybe less. And unfortunately, a lot of times women wait until they're 100% qualified to even consider applying for a role. And sometimes leaders think the same way. They'll give somebody a shot based on potential and not necessarily on performance. They'll make one person prove out that they're ready, and they'll give the other one a shot. So does part of the pay gap exist because of self-sabotage combined with bias that happens? And those two things put together create a gap between people's potential and opportunities for promotions.
Big companies keep job ads up forever because they're terrified of hiring the wrong woman. One drama queen, one fake harassment claim, and the whole office turns into a war zone. Protecting the culture is now priority number 1. All companies should be forced to hire women through affirmative action, starting with roofing, construction, oil rigs, and sewer maintenance. Until that happens, spare us the lectures about fairness. Thanks for watching the Male Imperium. As always, we're looking forward to your support. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.